I am Natasha, your host for today. If you are new here, I want to let you know that we upload new English learning videos regularly to help you improve your English faster. In today's episode, you will not only improve your English listening skills, but also your English speaking and vocabulary skills. This is a complete B1-B2 English listening practice masterclass designed to help you build fluency, expand your vocabulary, and practice English shadowing with me step by step. Throughout this lesson, we will focus on real-life situations, natural conversations, and useful phrases that will help you speak with confidence and understand native speakers more easily. You'll also get practice exercises where you repeat after me so you can train your brain and your mouth to work together smoothly. By the end of this video, you'll notice that your listening will feel sharper, your vocabulary will feel richer, and your speaking will start to sound more natural. You'll have more confidence when you face real conversations, because today's lesson is packed with examples you can use immediately in daily life. Before we begin, make sure you subscribe to English in Minutes and press the bell icon so you never miss a chance to practice and grow your English with me. So, take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's get started with today's English Fluency Masterclass. When we think about learning English at the B1 and B2 level, one of the most important things to focus on is connecting listening and speaking together. At this stage, you already know many words and phrases, but the real challenge is using them smoothly in real conversations. That's why today's practice will guide you to listen carefully, repeat naturally, and start thinking in English instead of translating in your head. Imagine you are meeting a friend at a cafe. The friend asks, "How has your week been?" If you pause too long or search for words in your native language, the conversation may feel uncomfortable. But if you already have practice listening to that question and repeating a natural answer, you will respond much faster and with more confidence. Let's try this together. Listen carefully and repeat after me. How has your week been? Now try to answer with me. My week has been busy, but good. Say it again slowly. My week has been busy, but good. Now one more time. A little faster. My week has been busy, but good. This kind of shadowing practice helps you hear the rhythm of English and copy it directly. Now let's practice with another example. Imagine you are at work and a colleague asks you, "Do you have a minute to talk?" First, listen carefully. Do you have a minute to talk? Now repeat after me slowly. Do you have a minute to talk? And now give a natural reply. Yes, of course, what's up? Repeat again. Yes, of course, what's up? By practicing these simple exchanges, you make your responses automatic and natural. So in real life, you don't have to stop and think too much. Another common situation is when someone asks about your weekend. Let's practice. What did you do over the weekend? Repeat it with me. What did you do over the weekend? Now try and answer. I went to the park and spent time with my family. Say it again slowly. I went to the park and spent time with my family. And once more, a little faster. I went to the park and spent time with my family. Notice how repeating slowly and then faster helps your brain and your mouth work together. At the B1 and B2 levels, you should also practice building longer sentences. For example, instead of just saying, "I went to the park," you can add more detail. Try with me. I went to the park because the weather was beautiful, and I wanted to relax outdoors. Repeat again slowly. I went to the park because the weather was beautiful, and I wanted to relax outdoors. Now say it more naturally. I went to the park because the weather was beautiful, and I wanted to relax outdoors. Adding details makes your speech sound more advanced and fluent. Remember, fluency is not about speaking very fast. It is about speaking smoothly, without long pauses, and with natural rhythm. That is why shadowing practice, where you listen and repeat, is so powerful. It trains your ears, your brain, and your mouth at the same time, and it helps you sound more confident in every situation. Let's do one more practice together before we move on. Imagine you are meeting someone new at a party. You hear the question, "What do you do for work?" Repeat it with me. What do you do for work? Now answer, "I work as a teacher." Say it again slowly. I work as a teacher. Now add more detail. I work as a teacher, and I really enjoy helping students learn. Repeat again, a little faster. I work as a teacher, and I really enjoy helping students learn. Practicing in this way prepares you for real conversations, so you don't feel nervous when speaking to others. One of the best ways to grow your English at the B1 and B2 level is to practice common daily conversations that you can expect in real life. These are the kinds of situations where you often hear the same questions, but the answers can change depending on your day, your mood, or your activities. This gives you a chance to practice listening carefully, repeating natural answers, and also creating your own variations. Let's begin with a situation at the grocery store. You are at the checkout counter, and the cashier asks, "Do you need a bag?" Repeat it with me. Do you need a bag? Now answer, "Yes, please, I need one bag." Repeat slowly. Yes, please, I need one bag. And now try another response. No, thank you, I brought my own bag. Say it again. No, thank you, I brought my own bag. Practicing these exchanges helps you prepare for real-world errands, where English is used in short, polite phrases. Now let's imagine you are at a restaurant. The waiter asks you, "Are you ready to order?" Repeat it after me. Are you ready to order? Now answer, "Yes, I'd like the chicken salad, please." Say it slowly. Yes, I'd like the chicken salad, please. And now try another version. Not yet. Could I have a few more minutes? Repeat again. Not yet. Could I have a few more minutes? These kinds of answers make your English sound polite, natural, and flexible. Sometimes listening carefully is even more important than speaking. For example, imagine you are traveling and someone gives you directions. They say, "Go straight, then turn left at the second traffic light." Repeat it slowly. Go straight, then turn left at the second traffic light. Now repeat again, a little faster. Go straight, then turn left at the second traffic light. Try answering with understanding. Okay, go straight, then left at the second traffic light. Thank you. By repeating directions, you show that you understood them, and this also helps you remember them. Now let's practice a small talk situation. You are waiting at the bus stop, and someone says, "The weather is really nice today." Repeat it. The weather is really nice today. Now answer. Yes, it's sunny and warm. I love it. Repeat again. Yes, it's sunny and warm. I love it. Another response could be, yes, it's so much better than yesterday. Say it again. Yes, it's so much better than yesterday. These small talk sentences are short but powerful because they connect you with others in daily life. At the B1 and B2 levels, you should also practice using connecting words to expand your answers. For example, instead of saying, "I like the weather," you can say, "I like the weather because it makes me feel more energetic." Repeat slowly with me. I like the weather because it makes me feel more energetic. And now again, a little faster. I like the weather because it makes me feel more energetic. By adding because, so, and but, your answers sound richer and more advanced. Let's practice one more conversation about hobbies. Someone asks, "What do you like to do in your free time?" Repeat the question with me. What do you like to do in your free time? Now answer. I like reading books. Repeat slowly. I like reading books. Now expand the answer. I like reading books, especially novels, because they help me relax. Say it again. I like reading books, especially novels, because they help me relax. Now try another variation. I like playing football with my friends on the weekend. Repeat again. I like playing football with my friends on the weekend. Practicing multiple answers helps you prepare for different situations while keeping your responses natural and fluent. Remember, fluency is built step by step. The more you repeat and practice real-life conversations, the more automatic your English will become. Listening carefully, repeating naturally, and expanding with details are three powerful tools to help you reach higher fluency at the B1 and B2 level. When we practice English for real life, it is important to imagine yourself in different situations where you need to listen carefully and answer naturally. One very common situation is making a phone call. On the phone, you don't have body language or facial expressions to help you, so you must depend only on your listening and speaking skills. Let's try this together. Imagine you call your friend and they answer, "Hello, how are you?" Repeat it with me. "Hello, how are you?" Now answer, "I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?" Repeat slowly. "I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?" Now say it again, more naturally. "I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?" By repeating this exchange, you train yourself to sound friendly and confident when starting conversations. Now let's practice asking for information on the phone. Imagine you call a restaurant and someone says, "Good evening, how can I help you?" Repeat the question. "Good evening, how can I help you?" Now answer, "I'd like to make a reservation for tomorrow evening." Say it slowly. "I'd like to make a reservation for tomorrow evening." Repeat again, a little faster. "I'd like to make a reservation for tomorrow evening." These phrases are very useful because they give you confidence in professional or service situations. Let's try another phone situation. Imagine you call your friend but they are busy. They say, "Can I call you back later?" Repeat it with me. "Can I call you back later?" Now answer, "Yes, of course, talk to you later." Repeat slowly. Yes, of course, talk to you later. Again, more naturally. Yes, of course, talk to you later. These short, polite answers make conversations smoother and help you sound respectful. Now let's move to another everyday situation. Imagine you are shopping for clothes. The shop assistant asks you, "What size are you looking for?" Repeat the question with me. What size are you looking for? Now answer. I'm looking for a medium size. Say it again slowly. I'm looking for a medium size. And again more naturally. I'm looking for a medium size. You can also expand with more detail. I'm looking for a medium size in a blue shirt. Repeat it slowly. I'm looking for a medium size in a blue shirt. This way, you not only answer the question, but also add useful information. Another common situation is asking for help in a store. Imagine you say, "Excuse me, can you help me find the shoes section?" Repeat with me. "Excuse me, can you help me find the shoes section?" And the assistant replies, "Yes, it's on the second floor." Repeat the reply. "Yes, it's on the second floor." Now answer politely. "Thank you very much." Repeat slowly. "Thank you very much." By practicing both asking and answering, you strengthen both your listening and speaking skills at the same time. At this level, it's also important to practice different tenses in conversation. Let's practice the past tense in a real situation. Imagine someone asks, "Did you enjoy the movie last night?" Repeat the question. "Did you enjoy the movie last night?" Now answer. "Yes, I enjoyed it a lot. The story was very interesting." Say it slowly. "Yes, I enjoyed it a lot. The story was very interesting." Now again more naturally. "Yes, I enjoyed it a lot. The story was very interesting." By adding details in past tense, you show that you can talk about experiences clearly. Let's practice one more example in the future tense. Someone asks, "What are you going to do this weekend?" Repeat the question with me. What are you going to do this weekend? Now answer. I'm going to visit my grandparents. Say it slowly. I'm going to visit my grandparents. And now expand. I'm going to visit my grandparents and spend the whole day with them. Repeat again. I'm going to visit my grandparents and spend the whole day with them. Practicing past, present, and future in real conversations helps you move smoothly between different tenses without confusion. Every time you listen, repeat, and expand with more detail, you are training yourself to think in English, not just translate. This is one of the biggest steps to fluency at the B1 and B2 level. Another situation where you can practice listening and speaking is at the airport. Imagine you are checking in for a flight. The staff member says, "May I see your passport and ticket, please?" Repeat with me. May I see your passport and ticket, please? Now answer. Here you go. Repeat again. Here you go. To make it more polite, try. Of course, here are my passport and ticket. Repeat slowly. Of course, here are my passport and ticket. Simple, polite phrases like these help you feel confident when traveling. Now, let's imagine you are going through airport security. An officer says, "Please remove your laptop from your bag." Repeat it. Please remove your laptop from your bag. Now answer politely. Sure, no problem. Say it again slowly. Sure, no problem. And now more naturally. Sure, no problem. These polite responses keep the conversation short but professional. When you arrive at your destination, you may need to take a taxi. The driver asks, "Where would you like to go?" Repeat the question with me. Where would you like to go? Now answer. I'd like to go to the city center, please. Say it slowly. I'd like to go to the city center, please. And again, more naturally. I'd like to go to the city center, please. You can also add more detail. I'd like to go to the Hilton Hotel in the city center, please. Repeat it again slowly. I'd like to go to the Hilton Hotel in the city center, please. Practicing this prepares you for real travel situations. Now let's move to another everyday context. Visiting the doctor. Imagine the doctor asks you, "What seems to be the problem?" Repeat with me. What seems to be the problem? Now answer. I've had a headache since yesterday. Say it slowly. I've had a headache since yesterday. Repeat again, more naturally. I've had a headache since yesterday. You can also expand. I've had a headache since yesterday, and it gets worse in the evening. Repeat slowly. I've had a headache since yesterday, and it gets worse in the evening. Being able to describe your symptoms clearly is very important in real life. Let's practice another doctor situation. The doctor asks, "Are you allergic to any medicine?" Repeat it. Are you allergic to any medicine? Now answer. No, I'm not allergic to any medicine. Say it slowly. No, I'm not allergic to any medicine. Another version could be, yes, I'm allergic to penicillin. Repeat again. Yes, I'm allergic to penicillin. Practicing these answers makes you ready for important health conversations. At this stage, it's useful to practice polite requests as well. Imagine you are in a hotel and you need more towels. You call the reception and say, "Could I please have some extra towels in my room?" Repeat slowly. Could I please have some extra towels in my room? The receptionist replies, "Of course, we'll send them right away." Repeat it with me. Of course, we'll send them right away. And you answer, "Thank you very much." Say it again. Thank you very much. These polite requests are very practical for travelers. Now let's practice some casual conversations with friends. Imagine a friend says, "Do you want to go out tonight?" Repeat with me. Do you want to go out tonight? Now answer. Yes, that sounds great. Repeat again slowly. Yes, that sounds great. Another response could be, "Sorry, I can't. I have to wakey. Be up early tomorrow." Say it slowly. Sorry, I can't. I have to wake up early tomorrow. Practicing both positive and negative answers gives you flexibility in conversation. Let's try one more friendly example. A friend asks, "What are you watching these days?" Repeat it with me. What are you watching these days? Now answer. I'm watching a new series on Netflix. Say it slowly. I'm watching a new series on Netflix. Add more detail. I'm watching a new series on Netflix and it's really exciting. Repeat again, more naturally. I'm watching a new series on Netflix and it's really exciting. This kind of casual practice makes you ready for everyday chats with friends. Remember, every situation you practice helps you build vocabulary, strengthen your listening, and improve your speaking rhythm. By repeating slowly and then naturally, you teach yourself to respond in English without hesitation. Another very useful area to practice is talking about daily routines. These conversations come up often with friends, colleagues, or even in small talk with strangers. Let's try a simple question first. What time do you usually wake up? Repeat it with me. What time do you usually wake up? Now answer. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. Say it slowly. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. Now again, more naturally. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. To expand, you can say, I usually wake up at 7 o'clock, and I start my day with a cup of coffee. Repeat again. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock, and I start my day with a cup of coffee. Now let's practice another daily routine question. How do you usually get to work or school? Repeat the question. How do you usually get to work or school? Now answer. I usually take the bus. Say it slowly. I usually take the bus. Now expand. I usually take the bus. But sometimes I walk if the weather is nice. Repeat again. I usually take the bus, but sometimes I walk if the weather is nice. Adding those extra details makes your answers more natural and advanced. Let's practice another common question about meals. Someone asks, what do you usually eat for breakfast? Repeat with me. What do you usually eat for breakfast? Now answer. I usually eat eggs and toast. Say it slowly. I usually eat eggs and toast. Now again, more naturally. I usually eat eggs and toast. Expand with detail. I usually eat eggs and toast. And I also drink orange juice. Repeat again. I usually eat eggs and toast, and I also drink orange juice. Now imagine you are describing your whole day. Try answering with me. I wake up at 7, then I take a shower, have breakfast, and leave for work. Say it slowly. I wake up at 7, then I take a shower, have breakfast, and leave for work. Repeat again, more naturally. I wake up at 7, then I take a shower, have breakfast, and leave for work. Practicing full sentences like this helps you connect actions together smoothly, which is important for B1 and B2 level fluency. Let's move to conversations about free time. Someone might ask you, what do you usually do after work? Repeat it. What do you usually do after work? Now answer. After work, I usually go to the gym. Say it slowly. After work, I usually go to the gym. Now again, more naturally. After work, I usually go to the gym. Expand your answer. After work, I usually go to the gym to exercise, and then I cook dinner at home. Repeat again. After work, I usually go to the gym to exercise, and then I cook dinner at home. Now let's practice some conversation about weekends. Someone asks you, what do you usually do on weekends? Repeat with me. What do you usually do on weekends? Now answer. On weekends, I usually meet my friends. Say it slowly. On weekends, I usually meet my friends. Now again, more naturally. On weekends, I usually meet my friends. Expand with more detail. On weekends, I usually meet my friends, and sometimes we go to the cinema or eat out together. Repeat again. On weekends, I usually meet my friends, and sometimes we go to the cinema or eat out together. Now let's practice conversations about hobbies and personal interests. Someone asks, "Do you like reading books?" Repeat it. Do you like reading books? Now answer, "Yes, I like reading books very much." Say it slowly. Yes, I like reading books very much. Now again, more naturally. Yes, I like reading books very much. Expand. Yes, I like reading books very much, especially novels and biographies. Repeat again. Yes, I like reading books very much, especially novels and biographies. All of these examples show you how to move from short answers to longer, more detailed ones. That is one of the biggest steps you can take at this level. Instead of saying only a few words, try to add 1 or 2 extra details. This will make you sound more advanced, and it will give your listener more to respond to in the conversation. One important part of becoming fluent in English is learning how to start conversations confidently. At the B1 and B2 levels, small talk becomes very important because it helps you connect with people in different situations. Let's practice some simple conversation starters together. Imagine you are at work or school and you see a colleague. You can start by saying, "Hi, how's everything going?" Repeat it with me. "Hi, how's everything going?" Now answer, "Everything's going well, thank you. How about you?" Say it slowly. "Everything's going well, thank you. How about you?" Repeat again more naturally. "Everything's going well, thank you. How about you?" Practicing these friendly openers makes you feel more confident when talking to people in English. Now let's practice a conversation starter in a social situation like a party. Imagine you meet someone new and say, "Hi, it's nice to meet you. What's your name?" Repeat with me. "Hi, it's nice to meet you. What's your name?" Now answer. "My name is Alex. Nice to meet you too." Say it slowly. "My name is Alex. Nice to meet you too." Again, more naturally. "My name is Alex. Nice to meet you too." This type of short, clear exchange helps you build confidence with new people. Now let's imagine you want to continue the conversation. You can ask, "So what do you do?" Repeat it. "So what do you do?" Now answer. "I work as a designer." Say it slowly. "I work as a designer." Now expand. "I work as a designer, and I create graphics for websites." Repeat again. "I work as a designer, and I create graphics for websites." Adding a few details makes the conversation richer and shows more fluency. Let's try another casual conversation topic, hobbies. You can ask, "What do you like to do in your free time?" Repeat with me. "What do you like to do in your free time?" Now answer, "I like to play the guitar." Say it slowly. "I like to play the guitar." Now expand. "I like to play the guitar, and I often practice songs in the evening." Repeat again. "I like to play the guitar, and I often practice songs in the evening." Practicing with hobbies makes you more prepared for real small talk. Now let's practice talking about current events. Someone asks, "Have you read any interesting news lately?" Repeat the question. "Have you read any interesting news lately?" Now answer. "Yes, I read about a new technology that can help save energy." Say it slowly. "Yes, I read about a new technology that can help save energy." Repeat again. more naturally. Yes, I read about a new technology that can help save energy. These kinds of answers help you practice talking about bigger topics, which is important at the B2 level. Now, let's practice responding to compliments. Imagine someone says to you, "Your English is really good." Repeat the sentence, "Your English is really good." Now answer politely, "Thank you, I'm still practicing every day." Say it slowly. "Thank you, I'm still practicing every day." Repeat again. "Thank you, I'm still practicing every day." You can also say, "Thanks, I really appreciate that." Repeat again. "Thanks, I really appreciate that." Learning to accept compliments politely is an important social skill in English. Let's do one more small talk practice with travel. Someone asks, "Have you traveled anywhere recently?" Repeat the question. "Have you traveled anywhere recently?" Now answer. "Yes, I went to the mountains last month." Say it slowly. "Yes, I went to the mountains last month." Now expand. "Yes, I went to the mountains last month, and the views were beautiful." Repeat again. "Yes, I went to the mountains last month, and the views were beautiful." Talking about travel experiences helps you use past tense naturally, which is very useful at this level. Remember, small talk may feel simple, but it is the foundation of many real conversations. The more comfortable you become with greetings, introductions, and casual questions, the easier it will be to move into deeper conversations in English. Another skill you need to practice at the B1 and B2 level is talking about your opinions. In real life, people often ask what you think about a topic, and it's important to respond clearly and politely. Let's practice this together. Imagine someone asks, "What do you think about online learning?" Repeat it with me. What do you think about online learning? Now answer. "I think online learning is very convenient." Say it slowly. "I think online learning is very convenient." Now again more naturally. "I think online learning is very convenient." Expand with detail. "I think online learning is very convenient because it saves time and I can study from home." Repeat again. "I think online learning is very convenient because it saves time and I can study from home." Practicing opinions like this helps you sound more advanced in conversations. Now let's try another example. Someone asks, "What do you think about big cities?" Repeat the question. What do you think about big cities? Now answer. "I think big cities are exciting." Say it slowly. "I think big cities are exciting." Now again more naturally. "I think big cities are exciting." Expand. "I think big cities are exciting because there are so many things to do, but sometimes they can feel crowded." Repeat again. "I think big cities are exciting because there are so many things to do, but sometimes they can feel crowded." Adding a positive and a negative point makes your opinion sound balanced and thoughtful. Now let's practice giving suggestions. Imagine a friend says, "I'm bored. What should I do?" Repeat the question. "I'm bored. What should I do?" Now answer. "You should read a book or watch a movie." Say it slowly. "You should read a book or watch a movie." Repeat again more naturally. "You should read a book or watch a movie." Another version could be, "You could go for a walk to get some fresh air." Repeat again. "You could go for a walk to get some fresh air." Practicing suggestions helps you respond quickly in friendly conversations. Now let's practice giving advice. Imagine someone asks, "How can I improve my English speaking?" Repeat the question. How can I improve my English speaking? Now answer. You should practice every day, even for just a few minutes. Say it slowly. You should practice every day, even for just a few minutes. Repeat again, more naturally. You should practice every day, even for just a few minutes. Expand your advice. You should practice every day, even for just a few minutes, and try to shadow native speakers to copy their rhythm. Repeat again. You should practice every day, even for just a few minutes, and try to shadow native speakers to copy their rhythm. Another useful structure to P. Practice is agreeing and disagreeing politely. Imagine someone says, "I think learning grammar is the most important part of English." Repeat it. I think learning grammar is the most important part of English. Now agree politely. Yes, I agree. Grammar is very important. Say it slowly. Yes, I agree. Grammar is very important. Repeat again more naturally. Yes, I agree. Grammar is very important. Now let's disagree politely. I see your point, but I think speaking practice is more important. Say it slowly. I see your point, but I think speaking practice is more important. Repeat again. I see your point, but I think speaking practice is more important. Practicing both agreeing and disagreeing helps you feel more confident in discussions. Now let's practice asking for clarification when you don't understand something. Imagine someone says something too quickly and you reply, "Sorry, could you say that again, please?" Repeat with me. "Sorry, could you say that again, please?" Now another version. "Could you repeat that more slowly, please?" Say it slowly. "Could you repeat that more slowly, please?" And once more. "Could you repeat that more slowly, please?" These polite phrases are very important for listening practice because they help you manage real conversations even when you miss something. Finally, let's practice showing interest in someone's story. Imagine a friend says, "I went to a concert last weekend." You can respond, "Really? That sounds amazing." Repeat it. "Really? That sounds amazing." Another response could be, "Wow, who did you see?" Say it slowly. Wow, who did you see? Repeat again. Wow, who did you see? Showing interest keeps the conversation alive and helps you build stronger connections. Another area you should practice at this level is describing experiences in more detail. When you tell stories about your life, you use past tense, connecting words, and vocabulary that makes your English sound richer and more natural. Let's try this together. Imagine someone asks you, "How was your last holiday?" Repeat the question with me. How was your last holiday? Now answer. It was great. I went to the beach. Say it slowly. It was great. I went to the beach. Now expand. It was great. I went to the beach and I swam every day. Repeat again. It was great. I went to the beach and I swam every day. Add more detail. It was great. I went to the beach, swam every day, and tried delicious seafood with my family. Repeat again, more naturally. It was great. I went to the beach, swam every day, and tried delicious seafood with my family. The more detail you add, the more advanced and fluent you sound. Now let's practice describing a weekend. Someone asks, "What did you do last weekend?" Repeat it. What did you do last weekend? Now answer. I stayed at home and watched movies. Say it slowly. I stayed at home and watched movies. Now expand. I stayed at home and watched movies because it was raining outside. Repeat again. I stayed at home and watched movies because it was raining outside. Add even more detail. I stayed at home and watched movies because it was raining outside, but I enjoyed relaxing with some popcorn. Say it naturally. I stayed at home and watched movies because it was raining outside, but I enjoyed relaxing with some popcorn. This style of answering makes your speech longer and more natural. Let's try describing a memorable day at work or school. Someone asks, "How was your day?" Repeat with me. How was your day? Now answer. It was busy but good. Say it slowly. It was busy but good. Expand. It was busy but good because I had many meetings, but I finished all my tasks. Repeat again. It was busy but good because I had many meetings, but I finished all my tasks. Add more detail. It was busy but good because I had many meetings, but I finished all my tasks, and even helped a colleague with their project. Repeat again, more naturally. It was busy but good because I had many meetings, but I finished all my tasks and even helped a colleague with their project. Now let's practice describing feelings and emotions, because this is also an important part of conversation. Someone asks you, "How are you feeling today?" Repeat the question. How are you feeling today? Now answer. I'm feeling happy. Say it slowly. I'm feeling happy. Expand. I'm feeling happy because I finished an important project. Repeat again. I'm feeling happy because I finished an important project. Now try another answer. I'm feeling tired because I didn't sleep well last night. Say it slowly. I'm feeling tired because I didn't sleep well last night. Repeat again, more naturally. I'm feeling tired because I didn't sleep well last night. Talking about emotions helps you connect with others in a deeper way. Another useful skill at this level is learning how to compare things. For example, someone asks you, "Which do you prefer, tea or coffee?" Repeat it. Which do you prefer, tea or coffee? Now answer. I prefer coffee. Say it slowly. I prefer coffee. Expand. I prefer coffee because it gives me more energy. Repeat again. I prefer coffee because it gives me more energy. Now try another answer. I prefer tea because it's healthier and relaxing. Say it slowly. I prefer tea because it's healthier and relaxing. Comparing two options makes your answers more interesting and shows that you can use more complex sentence structures. Let's practice one more comparison. Someone asks, "Do you prefer watching movies at home or in the cinema?" Repeat it. Do you prefer watching movies at home or in the cinema? Now answer. I prefer watching movies at home. Say it slowly. I prefer watching movies at home. Expand. I prefer watching movies at home because it's more comfortable, and I can pause the movie. Repeat again. I prefer watching movies at home because it's more comfortable and I can pause the movie. Another answer could be, I prefer watching movies in the cinema because the screen is bigger and the sound is better. Repeat it slowly. I prefer watching movies in the cinema because the screen is bigger and the sound is better. These types of practice examples prepare you for expressing opinions clearly and confidently. Remember, the goal is not to memorize every single sentence, but to practice the rhythm, the grammar, and the flow. By repeating slowly, then naturally, and then expanding, you will notice your answers becoming smoother and more automatic. Another powerful way to build fluency at the B1 and B2 level is to practice making plans with others. In real life, you often need to arrange a time, suggest activities, or agree on details. Let's practice this together. Imagine a friend asks, "Do you want to meet this weekend?" Repeat it with me. Do you want to meet this weekend? Now answer, "Yes, that sounds good." Say it slowly. "Yes, that sounds good." Now again, more naturally. "Yes, that sounds good." Add more detail. "Yes, that sounds good. How about Saturday afternoon?" Repeat it again. "Yes, that sounds good. How about Saturday afternoon?" This shows how you can move from a short answer to a natural conversation. Now let's practice suggesting a place. Someone asks, "Where should we meet?" Repeat the question, "Where should we meet?" Now answer, "Let's meet at the cafe near the station." Say it slowly. Let's meet at the cafe near the station. Now again more naturally. Let's meet at the cafe near the station. You can also add another option. Or if you prefer, we can meet at the park. Repeat it again. Or, if you prefer, we can meet at the park. Practicing alternatives helps you stay flexible in conversation. Now let's imagine you need to agree on a time. A friend asks, "What time is good for you?" Repeat it. What time is good for you? Now answer, 2 o'clock works for me. Say it slowly. 2 o'clock works for me. Now again more naturally. 2 o'clock works for me. Another version could be, I'm free after 3 o'clock. Repeat again. I'm free after 3 o'clock. These short but useful phrases make planning simple and clear. Sometimes you also need to cancel plans politely. Let's practice this. Imagine you say, "I'm sorry, I can't make it tomorrow." Repeat it slowly. I'm sorry, I can't make it tomorrow. Now again more naturally. I'm sorry, I can't make it tomorrow. Add an alternative. I'm sorry, I can't make it tomorrow. Can we meet another day? Repeat again. I'm sorry, I can't make it tomorrow. Can we meet another day? Polite cancellations show respect and keep conversations friendly. Now let's practice invitations. Imagine you ask, "Would you like to come to my birthday party?" Repeat it. Would you like to come to my birthday party? Now answer positively. Yes, I'd love to. Say it slowly. Yes, I'd love to. Now again more naturally. Yes, I'd love to. Now practice saying no politely. I'm sorry I can't, but thank you for inviting me. Repeat slowly. I'm sorry I can't, but thank you for inviting me. This helps you practice both accepting and refusing invitations in a friendly way. At this stage, it is also useful to practice talking about the future. Let's imagine someone asks, "What are your plans for next month?" Repeat the question. What are your plans for next month? Now answer. I'm planning to travel. Say it slowly. I'm planning to travel. Now again, more naturally. I'm planning to travel. Expand your answer. I'm planning to travel to Italy with my family. Repeat again. I'm planning to travel to Italy with my family. You can also add more. I'm planning to travel to Italy with my family, and we want to visit Rome and Florence. Repeat again. I'm planning to travel to Italy with my family, and we want to visit Rome and Florence. Talking about future plans gives you practice with future tenses and vocabulary for activities. Now let's practice one more planning situation. Someone asks, "What are you going to do after class today?" Repeat with me. What are you going to do after class today? Now answer. I'm going to meet a friend for coffee. Say it slowly. I'm going to meet a friend for coffee. Now again, more naturally. I'm going to meet a friend for coffee. Expand. I'm going to meet a friend for coffee, and then we will go shopping. Repeat again. I'm going to meet a friend for coffee, and then we will go shopping. These everyday sentences help you prepare for real conversations about your schedule. The more you practice making and discussing plans, the more confident you will feel in daily interactions. Plans always include questions, answers, and sometimes changes. So practicing them now will help you in many real-life conversations. Another skill that really helps at the B1 and B2 levels is talking about your preferences and reasons. This is useful when shopping, traveling, or just chatting with friends. Let's practice together. Imagine someone asks you, "Do you like cooking?" Repeat the question with me. Do you like cooking? Now answer. Yes, I like cooking very much. Say it slowly. Yes, I like cooking very much. Now again, more naturally. Yes, I like cooking very much. Expand. Yes, I like cooking very much because it helps me relax and try new recipes. Repeat again. Yes, I like cooking very much because it helps me relax and try new recipes. Adding reasons makes your answer stronger and more advanced. Now let's try another example. Someone asks, "Do you enjoy traveling?" Repeat it. Do you enjoy traveling? Now answer. Yes, I enjoy traveling a lot. Say it slowly. Yes, I enjoy traveling a lot. Again, more naturally. Yes, I enjoy traveling a lot. Or expand. Yes, I enjoy traveling a lot because I love learning about new cultures and trying different food. Repeat again. Yes, I enjoy traveling a lot because I love learning about new cultures and trying different food. Sometimes you may want to give a negative answer. Let's practice politely. Imagine someone asks, "Do you like winter?" Repeat it with me. Do you like winter? Now answer. Not really. I prefer summer. Say it slowly. Not really. I prefer summer. Now again, more naturally. Not really. I prefer summer. Expand. Not really. I prefer summer because I enjoy warm weather and outdoor activities. Repeat again. Not really. I prefer summer because I enjoy warm weather and outdoor activities. Polite negatives with reasons show confidence and natural fluency. Now let's practice describing abilities and skills, because people often talk about what they can or can't do. Someone asks, "Can you play a musical instrument?" Repeat it. Can you play a musical instrument? Now answer. Yes, I can play the piano. Say it slowly. Yes, I can play the piano. Now again more naturally. Yes, I can play the piano. Expand. Yes, I can play the piano, and I've been practicing since I was a child. Repeat again. Yes, I can play the piano, and I've been practicing since I was a child. Let's try another one. Someone asks, "Can you drive a car?" Repeat it with me. Can you drive a car? Now answer. Yes, I can drive a car. Say it slowly. Yes, I can drive a car. Again more naturally. Yes, I can drive a car. Expand. Yes, I can drive a car, and I usually drive to work every day. Repeat again. Yes, I can drive a car, and I usually drive to work every day. Now let's practice talking about things you can't do. Someone asks, "Can you swim?" Repeat the question, "Can you swim?" Now answer, "No, I can't swim." Say it slowly. No, I can't swim. Now again more naturally. No, I can't swim. Expand politely. No, I can't swim, but I'd like to learn in the future. Repeat again. No, I can't swim, but I'd like to learn in the future. This structure is useful because it shows honesty, but also interest in improvement. Now let's practice expressing frequency with everyday activities. Imagine someone asks, "How often do you exercise?" Repeat it with me. How often do you exercise? Now answer. I exercise 3 times a week. Say it slowly. I exercise 3 times a week. Now again more naturally. I exercise 3 times a week. Expand. I exercise 3 times a week, usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Repeat again. I exercise 3 times a week, usually on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Using frequency words like always, usually, sometimes, never makes your English sound natural. Let's try another one. How often do you watch TV? Repeat it. How often do you watch TV? Now answer. I usually watch TV in the evenings. Say it slowly. I usually watch TV in the evenings. Again, more naturally. I usually watch TV in the evenings. Expand. I usually watch TV in the evenings, but on weekends I watch movies with my family. Repeat again. I usually watch TV in the evenings, but on weekends I watch movies with my family. Remember, practicing preferences, abilities, and frequency helps you create richer, more natural conversations. These structures are used every day, and by repeating them now, you'll be ready for real conversations later. Another very useful area of practice is describing the places around you. At the B1 and B2 levels, you should be able to describe your home, your city, or even places you visit. This helps you expand vocabulary and makes your conversations more interesting. Let's start with describing your home. Imagine someone asks, "Where do you live?" Repeat it with me. Where do you live? Now answer. I live in a small apartment. Say it slowly. I live in a small apartment. Now again, more naturally. I live in a small apartment. Expand. I live in a small apartment with 2 bedrooms and a balcony. Repeat again. I live in a small apartment with 2 bedrooms and a balcony. Adding details helps you paint a picture for your listener. Now, let's practice describing your neighborhood. Someone asks, "What's your neighborhood like?" Repeat the question. What's your neighborhood like? Now answer. It's quiet and friendly. Say it slowly. It's quiet and friendly. Now again, more naturally. It's quiet and friendly. Expand. It's quiet and friendly, with small shops and a park nearby. Repeat again. It's quiet and friendly, with small shops and a park nearby. This makes your answer more vivid and complete. Let's practice describing your city. Someone asks, "Can you tell me about your city?" Repeat with me. Can you tell me about your city? Now answer. My city is large and busy. Say it slowly. My city is large and busy. Again, more naturally. My city is large and busy. Expand. My city is large and busy with many restaurants, museums, and interesting places to visit. Repeat again. My city is large and busy with many restaurants, museums, and interesting places to visit. Practicing these longer answers gives you fluency and more confidence. Now let's imagine you are talking about your favorite place. Someone asks, "What's your favorite place in your city?" Repeat it. What's your favorite place in your city? Now answer. My favorite place is the park. Say it slowly. My favorite place is the park. Now again, more naturally. My favorite place is the park. Expand. My favorite place is the park because I can walk, relax, and spend time with friends. Repeat again. My favorite place is the park because I can walk, relax, and spend time with friends. Now let's practice describing a place you visited. Imagine someone asks, "Have you ever visited another country?" Repeat at the question. Have you ever visited another country? Now answer. Yes, I visited France. Say it slowly. Yes, I visited France. Now again, more naturally. Yes, I visited France. Expand. Yes, I visited France last year and I saw the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Repeat again. Yes, I visited France last year and I saw the Eiffel Tower in Paris. Adding time expressions and details makes your answer more advanced. Let's try describing a natural place. Someone asks, "Have you ever been to the mountains?" Repeat it. Have you ever been to the mountains? Now answer. Yes, I have been to the mountains. Say it slowly. Yes, I have been to the mountains. Now again, more naturally. Yes, I have been to the mountains. Expand. Yes, I have been to the mountains, and I went hiking with my friends. Repeat again. Yes, I have been to the mountains, and I went hiking with my friends. Finally, let's practice describing future travel plans. Someone asks, "Where would you like to go in the future?" Repeat it with me. Where would you like to go in the future? Now answer. I would like to go to Japan. Say it slowly. I would like to go to Japan. Now again, more naturally. I would like to go to Japan. Expand. I would like to go to Japan because I want to see the culture, taste the food, and visit famous places like Tokyo and Kyoto. Repeat again. I would like to go to Japan because I want to see the culture, taste the food, and visit famous places like Tokyo and Kyoto. Describing places, both in the present and the past, helps you use a wide range of vocabulary and tenses. It also makes your conversations richer and more engaging. Another very useful area of practice is talking about daily responsibilities and routines in more detail. At the B1 and B2 level, it's important not just to say what you do, but to explain why and how. This makes your English sound more advanced and natural. Let's start with work or school. Someone asks, "What do you usually do at work?" Repeat it with me. What do you usually do at work? Now, answer. I usually answer emails and attend meetings. Say it slowly. I usually answer emails and attend meetings. Now, again, more naturally. I usually answer emails and attend meetings. Expand. I usually answer emails and attend meetings, but I also work on projects with my team. Repeat again. I usually answer emails and attend meetings, but I also work on projects with my team. Adding more detail gives your answer depth and flow. Now let's try one for school. Someone asks, "What do you usually do after classes?" Repeat the question. What do you usually do after classes? Now answer. I usually do my homework. Say it slowly. I usually do my homework. Again, more naturally. I usually do my homework. Expand. I usually do my homework, and then I review my notes to prepare for the next day. Repeat again. I usually do my homework, and then I review my notes to prepare for the next day. Now let's practice describing responsibilities at home. Someone asks, "Do you help with housework?" Repeat it with me. Do you help with housework? Now answer. Yes, I help with the cleaning. Say it slowly. Yes, I help with the cleaning. Now again, more naturally. Yes, I help with the cleaning. Expand. Yes, I help with the cleaning. And I also cook dinner twice a week. Repeat again. Yes, I help with the cleaning. And I also cook dinner twice a week. Talking about responsibilities is a very common topic in daily conversation. Now let's practice asking about routines in the evening. Someone asks, "What do you usually do before bed?" Repeat it with me. What do you usually do before bed? Now answer. I usually read a book. Say it slowly. I usually read a book. Now again, more naturally. I usually read a book. Expand. I usually read a book, and then I make a plan for the next day before going to sleep. Repeat again. I usually read a book, and then I make a plan for the next day before going to sleep. Another area of practice is health and lifestyle. Imagine someone asks, "Do you exercise regularly?" Repeat the question. Do you exercise regularly? Now answer. Yes, I exercise 3 times a week. Say it slowly. Yes, I exercise 3 times a week. Again, more naturally. Yes, I exercise 3 times a week. Expand. Yes, I exercise 3 times a week, usually by running in the park or doing yoga at home. Repeat again. Yes, I exercise 3 times a week, usually by running in the park or doing yoga at home. Let's practice another health-related question. Someone asks, "Do you follow a healthy diet?" Repeat it with me. Do you follow a healthy diet? Now answer. Yes, I try to eat healthy food. Say it slowly. Yes, I try to eat healthy food. Again, more naturally. Yes, I try to eat healthy food. Expand. Yes, I try to eat healthy food, like vegetables, fruits, and fish, but sometimes I enjoy sweets. Repeat again. Yes, I try to eat healthy food, like vegetables, fruits, and fish, but sometimes I enjoy sweets. By adding these details, you sound more natural and realistic in conversations. Now let's practice weekend routines again, but with more variety. Someone asks, "How do you usually spend your Sunday?" Repeat it with me. How do you usually spend your Sunday? Now answer. I usually relax at home. Say it slowly. I usually relax at home. Again, more naturally. I usually relax at home. Expand. I usually relax at home, watch TV shows, and sometimes visit my friends in the evening. Repeat again. I usually relax at home, watch TV shows, and sometimes visit my friends in the evening. These types of answers help you practice combining activities naturally. The more you describe your daily life in detail, the easier it becomes to talk about any situation in English. Practice turning short answers into longer ones, and you'll notice your fluency growing step by step. Chuang ti ding duan. Chuang ti di duan. Another very common situation you should practice is shopping, because it gives you a chance to ask questions, listen carefully, and respond politely. Let's start with buying clothes. Imagine a shop assistant asks, "Can I help you find something?" Repeat it with me. Can I help you find something? Now answer. Yes, I'm looking for a jacket. Say it slowly. Yes, I'm looking for a jacket. Now again, more naturally. Yes, I'm looking for a jacket. Expand. Yes, I'm looking for a jacket, preferably in black. Repeat again. Yes, I'm looking for a jacket, preferably in black. Now let's practice asking about the price. You ask, "How much does this cost?" Repeat it with me. How much does this cost? The assistant replies, "It's $50. Repeat the reply. It's $50. Now answer. Okay, I'll take it. Say it slowly. Okay, I'll take it. Now again, more naturally. Okay, I'll take it. Practicing these exchanges gives you confidence in real shopping situations. Now, let's practice shopping for food. You are at the supermarket, and you ask, "Excuse me, where can I find the bread?" Repeat it slowly. Excuse me, where can I find the bread? The staff member answers, "It's in aisle 3. Repeat the reply. It's in aisle 3. Now answer. Thank you very much. Say it slowly. Thank you very much. And again naturally. Thank you very much. These polite phrases are short, but very important. Let's practice another one. At the market, you ask, "Can I have half a kilo of apples, please?" Repeat it with me. Can I have half a kilo of apples, please? The seller replies, Sure, here you are. Repeat the reply. Sure, here you are. Now answer. Thanks a lot. Say it slowly. Thanks a lot. Again, naturally. Thanks a lot. These short exchanges are excellent for practicing rhythm and politeness. Now let's move to practicing at restaurants again. But this time, with more detail, imagine the waiter asks, "Would you like something to drink?" Repeat it with me. Would you like something to drink? Now answer, "Yes, I'd like a glass of water, please." Say it slowly. Yes, I'd like a glass of water, please. Now again, more naturally. Yes, I'd like a glass of water, please. Expand. Yes, I'd like a glass of water, please, and later, maybe a coffee. Repeat again. Yes, I'd like a glass of water, please, and later, maybe a coffee. Now imagine the waiter asks, "How is your meal?" Repeat it. How is your meal? Now answer. It's very good, thank you. Say it slowly. It's very good, thank you. Now again more naturally. It's very good, thank you. Expand. It's very good, thank you. The chicken is delicious. Repeat again. It's very good, thank you. The chicken is delicious. This shows polite conversation while giving more detail. Let's practice paying the bill. You ask, "Could I have the bill, please?" Rep, eat it slowly. "Could I have the bill, please?" The waiter replies, "Of course, I'll bring it right away." Repeat the reply. "Of course, I'll bring it right away." Now answer, "Thank you very much." Say it slowly. Thank you very much. Again, naturally. Thank you very much. These polite exchanges are used all the time in real life, and practicing them makes you sound confident and ready. Finally, let's practice conversations at a cafe with friends. A friend asks, "Do you want to share a dessert?" Repeat it with me. Do you want to share a dessert? Now answer. Yes, that sounds nice. Say it slowly. Yes, that sounds nice. Now again, more naturally. Yes, that sounds nice. Expand. Yes, that sounds nice. Let's order a piece of cake. Repeat again. Yes, that sounds nice. Let's order a piece of cake. Practicing casual and friendly conversations like this makes you feel relaxed and natural in English. The more you practice shopping, eating out, and making small requests, the more comfortable you will feel in daily life conversations. These are simple but very common situations, and mastering them will make your English feel smoother every day. Another important area to practice at the B1 and B2 level is expressing future goals and dreams. These conversations not only help you use the future tense, but also allow you to share personal ideas. Let's try together. Imagine someone asks, "What do you want to achieve this year?" Repeat it with me. What do you want to achieve this year? Now answer. I want to improve my English. Say it slowly. I want to improve my English. Now again, more naturally. I want to improve my English. Expand. I want to improve my English so I can communicate more confidently at work and when traveling. Repeat again. I want to improve my English so I can communicate more confidently at work and when traveling. Now let's practice dreams for the future. Someone asks, "What would you like to do in the next 5 years?" Repeat it. What would you like to do in the next 5 years? Now answer. I'd like to start my own business. Say it slowly. I'd like to start my own business. Now again, more naturally. I'd like to start my own business. Expand. I'd like to start my own business, maybe an online shop, because I want to be independent. Repeat again. I'd like to start my own business, maybe an online shop, because I want to be independent. Talking about goals and dreams helps you build advanced structures in English. Now, let's practice polite conversation closings. Imagine you are ending a call with a friend. You say, "It was nice talking to you." Repeat it slowly. It was nice talking to you. Now again, more naturally. It was nice talking to you. Expand. It was nice talking to you. Let's talk again soon. Repeat again. It was nice talking to you. Let's talk again soon. Another useful closing is for formal situations. Imagine you say, "Thank you for your time. Have a great day." Repeat it slowly. Thank you for your time. Have a great day. Now, again, more naturally. Thank you for your time. Have a great day. Polite closings like these leave a positive impression and help you sound professional. Now let's do one last shadowing practice to bring everything together. Listen and repeat. I wake up early, go to work, and try to practice English every day. Repeat again. I wake up early, go to work, and try to practice English every day. Now add detail. I wake up early, go to work, and try to practice English every day because I want to become fluent. Repeat again, more naturally. I wake up early, go to work, and try to practice English every day because I want to become fluent. Remember, fluency is built step by step. Every time you practice listening carefully, repeating slowly, and then speaking more naturally, you move closer to your goal. Shadowing, expanding your answers, and adding details are 3 powerful habits that will make your English stronger every day. And now, as we come to the end of this masterclass, I want to thank you for practicing with me today. You've spent this time focusing on listening, speaking, vocabulary, and fluency, and that effort is building your skills in a real way. Don't forget, English is not learned in one day. It grows little by little, just like a tree. The more you water it with practice, the taller and stronger it becomes. So keep listening, keep repeating, and keep speaking out loud. If you make mistakes, don't worry. Mistakes are part of learning. The important thing is to stay consistent and keep going. Before you go, make sure you subscribe to English in Minutes and press the bell icon so you never miss another chance to practice with me. Share this video with a friend who is also learning English, because learning together makes the journey easier. I'm Natasha, and it was a pleasure to guide you through today's lesson. Keep practicing, keep smiling, and I'll see you in the next video. Until then, take care, and keep speaking English every day.